What's up, guys? Back at me is we got Smallville Season 4, Episode 1, Crusade. Okay, so this episode starts 3 months later after the last episode, and we see someone watching a video archive of Chloe, saying that if Chloe was dead, Clark would know something. So then we see this woman, and she's like talking on her phone, and she's like, oh, and she's like, yeah, his name is Kent, Kent. He lives on the phone, and yeah, and she's not taking smoke, but then she's like, oh, yeah, this might ruin her life. So, and then a lightning strike happens and turns on her phone. So yeah. But who's in the lightning strike but Clark? And for some reason, Clark does not remember who he is or what's going on here. And she's like, and the lady's like, we need to get you. Do you know who you are? And he's like, no. And he goes, then we need to get you to a hospital. He's like, I'm fine. And she's like, yeah. And then she's about to leave. He's like, who are you? And she's like, Lois Lane. So, yeah. So then Clark, actually, yeah, didn't call him Clark until he's actually given the name. Clark and Lois and a brainwashed Clark go to the hospital, and she tries and he tries to like rush. And he's like, and she's like, I don't know him, and neither does he. So he's got amnesia. So I need to take care of him. And he's like, and she's like, why can't you take care of him? So yeah, what kind of hospital is this? They say that Clark is Lois's responsibility. Also, first appearance of Lois Lane in the show, and yes, but she just met him. So why are they saying she's Lois's responsibility? So yeah, so then we see Lex, and he's like in India, and yeah. So then we see Lana, and she's in Paris, and she's talking to this guy, aka Jason Ackles, aka Dean Winchester from Supernatural, which I don't watch, but I know who he is. And she's like, because it's too scary for me to watch. And she's like, and she's like, and he's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm looking for my girlfriend. I'm looking for my girlfriend. Yeah, I'm looking for my girlfriend. It turns out Lana's the guy looking. Yeah, it's this whole thing where someone pretends not to know someone when they actually do. So Lana is dating a guy named Jason T, who, yeah, and yeah. So we also learned that Jonathan's in a coma, which I guess doesn't happen with Jarrell, but Jonathan in a coma, and yeah. So yeah. So yeah. So yeah. Lois has to fill her in. She's like, he doesn't know who he is, and yeah, and she's like, I'm listening, and yeah. So yeah, so she's like, let's go meet. He's like, I'm waiting for my destiny at the star. So she's like, let's go home. So yeah. So Lana and Jason are like in this place where it's like Lana's like ancestor, I think Yes, that's where Isabel used to be, and Anna's like there, and she's like dusting, when like a glow comes onto her, and it like creates glows onto her, and yeah, so yeah, so yeah, so cool. So they're like, and he's like used to go in the telescope. He's and he's like, this is your father. He's like, no, 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 he's not. He's like, Jonathan tries to save you from Jor-El, and he's like, he's your friend. He's like, no, he's like, nope, and I'm glad he's dead. And and she's like, and she's like, what's going? He's like, Clark. He's like, I'm Kal-El of Krypton. So yeah, not Clark, Kal-El. Clark's evil personality, and he's like, I'm fulfilling my destiny. And she's like, that's not you talking, Jor-El. Give me back my son. Where's my? And he's like, Clark Kent's dead, and flies, and he goes to Lex's plane. He steals Lex's like crystal thing, and of course, Lex not knowing Clark blames Lionel. So Lex sees it, but he blames Lionel for it, which okay, and yeah, that's when Dash, uh, that's when a girl named a detective named Bridget comes, and she's like, AKA original Lois Lane, Margaret Kidler, and she says that she's a friend of Dr. Swan, and she's like, and she's like, where's Clark? And he's like, he flew away. And, and Lois, finding out that Clark is the one that Chloe was talking about, goes to talk to Martha, but she's like, Clark's asleep. But Clark's upstairs, but he's asleep, and she's like, did you hear about that place that closed down, the Falcon, aka the Talon? And because she doesn't know what the Talon is, she calls it the Falcon, and it seems like the Talon closed down because of so yeah, so yeah, so that's the detective, she gives Martha black kryptonite, which yeah, so as Clark's opening, Martha uses Kal-El's opening thing. Martha used black kryptonite, and Clark fights him, but he's able to stab. Clark's able to stab Kal-El and return Clark back to his normal self. And that's when Jonathan wakes up all of a sudden. Like, Jonathan wakes up as soon as Clark's back to normal. And she says, and Jonathan says, Clark, Clark, you're the hero. But he's like, no, Martha's hero, because if it wasn't for her, I'd still be Kal-El. He's like, Martha told me that you flew. And he's like, Kal, like you can fly. He's like, Kal can fly. Clark Kent's still earthbound. So he goes to because in the start episode, everyone's been thinking that Chloe's dead, but Clark goes and she said, and he's like, and yeah. So Clark and Lois talk, and she's like, Lois thinks she's alone. Clark says you're not alone. Yeah, but then he X-rays and he's like, Lois, and she's like, yeah. He's like, Chloe's not dead, because he saw the empty casket. And basically, that's how the premiere ends. This episode was a really good premiere. I really did enjoy it. I loved seeing the first appearance of Lois. I loved seeing Clark. I loved seeing Clark, or Kal-El, but he eventually turned back into Clark. it says on the Smallville that this is the last time we see Clark's evil personality, aka Kal-El as himself. So yeah. So yeah. And it seems like when Clark and Kal-El were fighting, Kal-El still has the mark that Jor-El gave Clark back in season 2, while Clark doesn't. So yeah. And Lex, he actually thought that Jor-El stole. I mean, he thought that Lionel stole the device that he had, but it was actually Clark, because for some reason. So yeah, and yeah, Lana, don't know what's gonna happen with her. Lana, she got a tattoo. Yeah, that glow light gave her a tattoo for some reason. So yeah, so like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening or afternoon. I'll see you guys in the next Smallville.